Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? So we are going to be having more of interactive. How many of us here love our children so much? If you love your child, let me see your hands up. No, some persons don't love their children. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. When we talk about love, some persons associate love with feelings. Some persons, you can relate to what I'm saying, right? It's just a natural joy. I do it sometimes. The joy that comes with knowing that you're a mother, right? I'm not talking about that kind of love. Love is commitment. We all agree, right? Love is deciding to love this person over and over again, even when they are annoying. And you can agree with me that our children sometimes can be really annoying. Are we being practical, right? Yes. There are times when because we are talking A, she's talking B. There are things you expect her to do on her own, but she will not do it. And sometimes you keep correcting, and which is what brought me to the final conclusion that children don't learn from what you tell them, they learn from observation. And that is why psychology says that environment shapes a behavior of a child more than natural truths. Do we agree with that? Yes. Where a child is coming from says a lot about a child. In fact, what your child finally becomes in future is not school. I hope you know. It's not where they are attending. It's not the academics. It's not all of that. What shapes a child? I've seen a lot of children who are so smart, who are so intelligent, but they are traumatized. We know what trauma is, right? Yes. I have an organization that deals with youth from the age of 20, from the age of, some of them are 19, some of them are the age of 25. And majority of all the stories I all came from their houses. My mother did this, my father did this, without them knowing that this affected me. They are wounded adults walking around. They are so intelligent, some of them are doing so well in their businesses, but they are damaged emotionally. I have a lot of youth under my care that if you talk about marriage, they get scared. They don't even want you to mention marriage because of what they saw their parents go through. I don't know if you've met such people before. Have you met such young persons before? I have this very one that she hates anything man. She doesn't want to hear a man. Like, whether you are old, young, whether you want her to, whether you're talking about marriage or not, for the fact you are a man, she will hate you automatically because of how her father treated her mother. And some of them, they don't have respect for their mother. They call the mother mommy, they greet them, but it's beyond that. Is not respect, right? Your child calling you mommy, calling you, greeting you in the morning is not respect. I told myself that I want to be that kind of parent that by the time some children, when you ask them who do you want to be like, they will never mention their parents' name. A lot of them. You see, if you want to know who your child truly is from the interaction with others, not the interaction you have with your child. Because sometimes your child will want to make you feel good, because these Gen Alphas, they are very smart. We can agree to that, right? They are so smart that they know your emotion more than you, the adults. You think you are smart, your child is more smarter than you. Sometimes you just had a little disagreement in the room and you think your child will not hear it. That child captured everything that happened. Sometimes when you want to max the emotions, you come out, you laugh, hey Amaka, you think they did not notice what happened. They know you're not happy, even when you're not telling them. Something happened that season. I was trying to max the emotion. And one day she said, Mommy, I know you're not happy here. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Because what I was dealing with was what a child should not know about. And I was not discussing, you can imagine her age now. So how would the conversation be? Like I would sit down and start telling her, But she observed it herself. And it got to a point where I was running emotionally. And I didn't notice that my little child of 3 years, that I was dying. And she had to say to my face, Mommy, don't worry, you're going to be fine. So why I asked the question, how many of us love our children? I'm going to break it down. If you love your child, like if you truly love your child, then your child should come into consideration in anything that you want to do in life. Me personally, anything I want to do in life, anything, no matter how little that thing is, I always consider my children. Because it is not about what I tell them, it's about what they see. is about the environment, because I've come to understand that environment shapes a child more than school. In fact, what your child becomes at school is as a result of where they are coming from. I am so sorry, a lot of us are so focused on giving our children good education, forgetting the fact that their emotional stability is everything. If your child is not emotionally stable, no matter what they are being taught in school, so I want us to, if you have questions, you are free to ask. Because I believe that we are all here to learn. Nobody's an island. Are we together? Even myself, I'm still learning. The moment you stop learning, you start dying, because you become irrelevant. You won't be able to make smart contributions when conversations are going on in the society, and people will just leave you by the side because this one has nothing to offer. So we learn every day. So it doesn't matter how long you've been married, it doesn't matter how old your child is. The most important thing is we are all seated here to learn one thing or the other, to add to the one that you already know. Are we together? Are we together? Gen Zs are so smart. That's why a Gen Z will ask you a 1 million questions. Have your child asked you what is sex before? How many of us here? Have your child come out to tell you that if you have a daughter, have your daughter come back to tell you that she has someone she's eyeing in school before? Are we together? When your child is quiet all of a sudden, please try to get close to them and find out what the problem is. Don't pressure them. You have to build the trust, which is what we are going to talk about. Because if your child can't talk to you, then you've lost as a parent. If your child cannot see you as his or her best friend, you have lost as a parent. It is not about you saying that my child is my best friend, because some of us will say it a lot. I hear a lot of mothers who will say, hey, my daughter is my best friend, but is your daughter truly seeing you as a best friend? And there are ways you can find out if your daughter sees you as a best friend. And how you can make your daughter see you or your son see you as his or her best friend is by creating a safe environment for them. We feel that we have nothing else to offer. Sometimes we quarrel, we fight, little things that little conversation can sort out. We want to, we want to just escalate it, forgetting that our children are watching.